Classes in session. This is Professor Ganymede. We have another viewer gameplay. We're going to do some analysis on it. This is my good friend Clord Dot. He has been with me since the beginning. He has been here day one. So let's watch this gameplay. He is actually ranked 67. This guy's a boss. But let's see what we can do to help him out. Dates open. There you go. Speed buffing. That's what I like to hear. Get on the payload. This guy is a boss. So that's exactly what you want to do. The enemy team is going to be on this map holding the gas station if they're good. So you want to get on the payload as fast as possible. I mean, not only does the payload heal you, you can use it as cover. You'll see him using it as cover here. That was an unnecessary amp there. He didn't. You can see he didn't heal anyone. You wanna be a little bit more reserved with your amp. You still want to use it pretty much anytime someone needs it, but no one needed it, so he was kind of a little panic in there. So you want to hear a little bit more efficiently in that. But right now he's doing good, using the payload as the covers, backing off here, dropping down the damage, the fire power, and healing his team. Yeah, stay next to the payload, using his cover. This is what I like to see. This is what I like to see. Here we go. I hope he's checking the enemy team here, because you always want to be doing that. You always want to be checking your threats. You want to know how you're gonna die. You want to know who's gonna kill you, so you can avoid dying to that. This was great. As soon as he saw that he was threatening, I mean, this guy's ranked 67, Lucio. He got elevated. He didn't even really need to look at the wall, and he started shooting down at that Reinhardt. That was some pro next level plays. Next level plays. All right, so now he's just waiting. So they pushed it. So just another note about this. Please start submitting your gameplay below in the commentary, because I'm going to start doing this very regularly where I do analysis of my viewers' gameplay just to help everyone, just to give everyone the personal after-school lessons, because I'm the professor. I got to teach, man. Alright, so now we're going through the next part of this guy getting that. We tried to get elevated there. Tried to get elevated, but he's just going to stop goofing around and get on the payload. Get on. There you go. That's a good amp right there. That's what I like to see. Saw that Zarya was around half health. That means she has 200 health to heal. And your amp heals 120. That's a good use of your amp. Heal that girl up. You want her in the fight. You want her to stay in the fight. You don't want her going anywhere. And then he kind of got distracted. We're going to rewind and see how he died here. Oh, the Reaper. Why did he die to that Reaper? Let's rewind. Let's now analyze it. What was he doing when he died? What was he doing? Look how dangerous this situation is. Look at him. Look at him. Oh my god, he was trying to kill a Lucio. Wasted damage on a Lucio. Got distracted, and then the Reaper came and took advantage of his distraction. That's a very big theme. He's wasting his time doing useless damage and got flanked, got ganked, got smacked in the back. So for multiple ways to avoid that, and even he acknowledged this. I'm in my stream and he was watching me as I was watching this for the first time. I watched the games once and then I do a analysis over it the second time I watch it. The Reaper came up behind him because he was distracted, because he was doing damage. He was also on the ground. He was not posting the payload. In that situation, he was in a he knew he was in a dangerous area. He should have stopped focusing on doing damage and focused more on his survival because of the relative danger of that particular situation. And that would have allowed him to live there. He'd be like, what? There's a Reaper, and I'm not doing damage. I'm aware of my surroundings. I see that Reaper. I'm going to do like I did now. He comes at me. He's right in my face. Knock him away. Get to elevation. I'm not going to die him. I'm not going to die him. I'm going to focus on doing other things. So, definitely did not need to die there. Definitely did not need to die there. But okay, it's okay. Let's go continue to what's going on next. He's doing decently right now, using these rocks as cover, using his elevation, getting him back on the payload when he thinks it's safe to do so. That's what I like to see. That's what I like to see. He needs to be on the payload. So there's only one person on the payload. He needs to be on the payload. As long as there's less than 3 people on the payload, he needs to be adding to that, because that's how you move the fastest. He wanted to be moving the fastest all the time. He kind of got up there to shoot damage, very useless damage to somebody. The damage isn't needed. In those situations, rarely is your damage needed. Right? Rarely. Okay, this is a good. So he's not on the payload here. Let's see what happens. Bam! Reinhardt ultimate in his face. And he goes doom. Okay. Well, how do we avoid that death? So I did mention that he was not on the payload. There's a big team fight. He was not on the payload. That means that he needs to get elevated. When you're on the payload, you're going to be on the ground. It's just what it is. What it is. You're going to be on the ground. You need to push the payload. But when you're not on the payload for various reasons, then that's when you need to get elevated, because there's no reason not to be elevated. Pushing the payload is the reason that's worth you not being elevated. When you don't have that reason around, you need to be elevated. He would have avoided that Zarya ult he got caught in. He also would have avoided that Reinhardt ult had he immediately jumped to elevation. We see his skill. He definitely knows how to move around this map. He definitely knows how to get elevation. He just has to implement those skills at the proper times, and he would have lived there. Not sure now. Not sure whether or not that it would have led to a win. Spoiler alert: he does lose this game, which is good. I like. This is a good game to learn from. But maybe it could have led to a win if he was alive a little bit more. Who knows? But you know, there's always room for improvement. I make the same mistakes. I make the same mistakes as well. Make the same mistakes. Here we go on the ground. This is a very poor positioning here. He's just in the middle of the road, on the ground. Yeah, he definitely needs to be, he needs to be elevated. There's no reason to be on the ground here. He's on the ground here to do damage, but his damage is negligible. He's not finishing anyone off. His damage is just negligible. He needed to jump on the point there, but he definitely could have approached from a better area. He did not need to be on the ground because damage is muy bad. So this guy is Chlord. That was our game. We're just gonna watch one game. This is Chlord, man. He is rank 67. He's better than a lot of people. But even he makes these mistakes. Even he has room for improvement. But even him, he drops down great ultimates. He has great movement. So, I mean, you just refine your gameplay a little bit more, you'll be up in the 70s, 75s up in there. So, Chlord, thanks for dropping down this gameplay. Again, everyone who has the ability, drop your gameplay down in the comments below. I'm planning on turning this into a long-term series. This has been Professor Ganymede with the viewer analysis. Class dismissed.